Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Uh, this is Thursday, the 8th of December 2022, 8th of December 2022. And we're heading into a cold spell in the UK, very cold Christmas. And, you know, at the end of the day, I was thinking this morning when I was walking that try not to save the pennies and try to the pennies and the pounds because you may try to save the pennies and the pounds in order to keep warm or keep cold to keep warm to save the money. You may not live to really enjoy or to benefit from it because you may die. I mean, it was freezing this morning when I was walking. It was 0 degrees, 0 degrees Celsius. And the grass, which was lovely, which is normally pristine green, or when we had the heat wave, pristine bronze. And this morning, it was pristine white, total white because of the frost. So we're heading into this massive cold spell. But even with this cold spell at the same time, we've got to make sure that somehow that you keep warm. Michelle, good evening. How are you doing? Peace, balance, wellness, silver, and all in the life. You're in the building. Awesome. Let me just bring in Gary. Gary, you're in the building as well?
Yeah, I'm here, my friend. I'm here.
You're in the business, yeah. You heard what I said a while ago when I started. I said this morning when I was in the park, Gary, it was freezing cold, you know,
It was freezing
and
cold.
yeah, it was 0 degrees when I was walking. 0 degrees. I don't know what prompted me to get up outside. Say I'm going to walk in the cold, man. I had to get gloves, two gloves.
Well, yeah, nothing, nothing stops the progress of
Not, yeah, nothing stop the progress. Don't stop the progress. That's not like a
no,
that's
nothing
not like
stops
a
the progress.
political. That's not like a political line in Jamaica. Don't stop in the progress.
uh,
you know.
you know,
Well,
Glory.
how's your week so far?
So far, so good. You know,
Yeah,
it's good to be alive, and it's good. The
yeah. I th- I I don't know if it is me, but Michelle is saying my grass is green on this side, and you can. She said we can keep the weather. You know, Gary, I don't know. Michelle, let me know if you're hearing. Michelle, let me know if you're hearing Gary cutting up, or if it is from my side. I'm sure Michelle is saying the grass is green. We can keep the weather, but I'm sure some British people are saying you can keep Harry and Meghan as well. Keep Harry and Meghan over there. you know. Um,
um, can I Can I go and come back in again,
yeah.
Sil?
Yes. Because I sense you're
Maybe.
having some
Yeah.
difficulty there. Yeah. No problem.
All right.
That's okay. Um. Yeah. Gary's gonna come back in. Yes. So, okay. So it was from Gary's side where he was cutting up. I thought it was myself. Um, yeah, the key topics which I've sort of coined for today was the key topics really the Harry Dunn verdict. This is the young man who was killed by the American diplomat. Today they had the verdict, and she was found guilty, and the sentencing, of course, was suspended. I will talk about that a bit later, and also the Sussex, Harry and Meghan, the Netflix series, which was launched today. I actually watch it because sometimes it makes no sense that you comment on something and you don't watch it. I don't know if anybody is of that view because sometimes people say, "Oh, I'm not watch it because they're just full of it or whatever like that." But I watched it. I watched it in the background, and we'll talk about it later. But it was a cool program. The only thing I have a saying is that it was somewhat a bit pathetic at the same time because in one breath they want to be quiet and they want to be have a peaceful life, but every time they speak, and coming against the royal family, which is loved by the Brits. They're gonna get up a lot of a lot of attack. Unfortunately, but it was a nice program. It's like nice program talking about their life. And the other thing I wanted to talk about. Thanks for joining me on Instagram, the Alice the Music. Uh, is Andrew Holness, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, who is actually coming to you, Michelle and O'Neill, who is on Instagram. He's coming to you guys for some help for the FBI, maybe to create a crime plan for Jamaica. So therefore, that's the answer. The FBI, CIA is coming into Jamaica to sort out Jamaica. Is that it? I don't know, but this is what some people are saying. But also, there's various strikes are happening, and it's like it's going to be a winter of discontentment. We're also going to look at a few of the strike which is happening in the UK. Teachers striking, border patrol, border people from the Home Office striking, everybody's striking. Me not strike. Me I walk same way still. Gary, you striking?
Not at all. I mean, my job won't allow me to strike at all, really. I'm
You
on it
need it.
full time,
I mean,
24/7, 7 days a week.
I mean to say you need a union then.
My union is God,
Union is God. Union. Earthwell Trade. Let's Mr. Bent, how are you, sir? Yeah. So your union is God. well, well, that's a very interesting one. But listen, first of all, today we had the verdict of the Harry Dunn. Harry Dunn, the Court of Bailey. They said the Court Bailey witnessed some of the most important criminal trials in English history, but rarely has it experienced such a wave of emotion as when Harry Dunn's mother found the courage to speak. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a case whereby there's a U.S. citizen named Ann Schooler, um, was given an 8-month prison sentence, suspended for 12 months for causing the death of a teenage motorcyclist, Harry Dunn, in 2019. Schoolers was driving on the wrong side of the road when she killed Dunn, 19, in a car outside a U.S. military base in Nottinghamshire, UK. I used to work down in Nottinghamshire. The key thing about it is that people always say that people in the UK, we drive on the wrong side, isn't it? Americans drive on the right side, you
Yeah.
know. Speaking outside court, Dunn's mother, Charlotte Charles, said, "Job done, promise complete," adding, "Harry, we have done it." She also described Miss Culler's failure to attend sentencing in person as despicable. Schoolers, who was also banned from driving in the UK, was sentenced via video link from the US in a televised hearing at the Old Bailey. The 45-year-old who had pleaded guilty to causing death by careless driving said she was deeply sorry for the pain caused by her tragic mistake in a statement read to court. The case caused a diplomatic row between the US and British government, and Sokalis left the UK claiming diplomatic immunity, and the US refused to extradite her. Death by careless driving carries a maximum sentence of 5 years imprisonment, but a community punishment or suspended jail sentence is often given. You know, and, and if I actually play just this small clip, I got this small clip here to play. If I can actually find it, where the judge spoke. I like this judge. Remind me of a nice judge there. She knows her craft and the way she eloquently put it. Let me see if I can find her. Where is she? Do. Harry Dunn gets suspended sentence. Harry Dunn. Let's see if this is it. Nope, that's not the video there. Is there a video there? Nope. Stop sharing. But Gary, in the meantime, what's your thoughts on this verdict while I look for the video,
My
or
thoughts, well, I
what
haven't,
happened? Let me see.
to, to tell you the truth and to tell your listeners, I mean, I haven't really given much thought to this in the days
Mm,
of the accident and the death of Harry. Yes, it was on the news for quite a long time. And I can understand the parents the mother and the father doing their best to bring justice, which I
Yeah.
which I which I fully understand about. And but again, from when they were told that that she wasn't going to be returned, and and that she wouldn't face the legal system of the UK, then they weren't really going to get their heart's desire. You know, I mean, the best outcome of this trial was exactly what they got today, basically, and I
Yeah.
think they've got to just live with it. I mean, you know, I wouldn't go so far as to say what she said um, in relation to, um, if I can just find it here. She said here um, that, oh, what was it now that Harry's mother said? I think
That's
she
Harry's
Harry's
mother.
mother, yeah,
Mm.
Harry's mother did say something here. Can't find it, but anyway.
I think she's saying something like justice is finally done or something like that.
Um,
But while I look for it, let's listen. Let's listen to what the judge says. I
yes.
play the judge. Let's hear what the judge says. If you can, let me know if you can hear.
Please stand up, Mrs. Sulas. You are disqualified from driving for 12 months for the offence of causing the death of Harry Dunn or careless driving. The sentence is 8 months imprisonment, suspended for 12 months. There will be no additional requirements. The sentence means that if in the next 12 months you commit any offence, whether or not it is of the same type for which I'm sentencing you today, you would find yourself before the court again, and it is likely that the sentence will be brought into operation either in full or in part. Thank you very much. You may sit down.
Yes, guys. So
So
I watched.
exactly, where is Sakulis? Where is she? She's in America,
She was in. Yeah, she. It was by video link, like
right?
how we do. Like how we do hearings now. It's all virtual.
Yeah, she's in America, and this
Yeah.
judge here is banning her from driving,
No,
and
no,
she's
no.
not here.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. That's part of the. I think it's a
But
sort
she's
of.
not here. It won't affect her.
Yeah. Yeah. I
It
think.
doesn't affect her. I mean, the
Mm,
look. You see, it okay. The judge had to do what she had to do, but it was still very ineffective
yeah.
because she's not in prison. She could have
Yeah.
said that you 25 years or for 5 years, which I think
Yes. Yes.
I think that the most that this she could have gotten was 5 years, but that has no effect on her because she's not here.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think what came out of it is that the U.S. was sort of playing hardball because they said she was, or maybe it alluded that she was a spy, and because of national security. So therefore, what was one of the reasons why she didn't come back. And also they were fearful that if she came, they would have held her if she got a custodial sentence. And a lot of things that went in her favor, was that she was very remorseful, and that she spent time with Harry when he got hit down, and she but as even what Dee is saying here and what you have said, it makes no difference. Okay, it will only have an impact when she come to the UK, if anything,
And
you
she's
know,
not coming back.
and she's not gonna come back. Yeah,
So but again, for yeah, I did find what she says here. She says here,
is that the mother or
the mother,
the scholar? Yeah.
Charlotte Charles, Dunn's mother, said, "Job done, promise complete." Adding, Harry,
Mm.
we've done it. Then she says she also describes Sakula's failure to attend the sentencing in person as despicable. I mean, so by saying despicable, but yet saying job done and we've done it. I mean, what else does she want? Because she's not going to get
Yeah,
anything else.
yeah. I think they're somewhat accepting the little that they could have gotten, and to be honest with you, it is how much will they really you know they're trying to close this particular chapter in their life. That's what they're trying
No,
they're
I
trying to
yeah,
do,
I
Gary.
I I see with them on that. I don't have because if it
Mm,
was your son or your child, if it was my child, then yes, I think that we'd want to find some recourse. There
mm,
would be something that we want to do in order to bring closure, in order to bring some kind of judgment to the
yes.
situation. So I understand that. But again, if it's like in the sense that she's in another country, we are here. Whatever judgment the judge brings, she's not coming back here. She's not going to fear. She's not going to really feel the consequences of what she has done.
Yeah.
You know.
Let's hear what the mother says.
Promise complete, properly complete now. You know, Anne Sakoulis has a criminal record for the rest of her life. That was something that, you know, she never thought she'd see, the US government never thought that they'd see. And we've worked tirelessly and relentlessly to make sure that she, in the end, still had to do what you and I would have had to have done. So, yeah, Harry, we done it. And we're good, we're good.
Um, so it is somewhat getting some sort of justice, and Ari's friend, they are now going to be on a campaign to really lobby against America in dealing with these sort of things, because they say this is happening all over the world. It's not just in the UK where American diplomats do crazy things and whatever and they get rid of it. Is that true, Michelle? Is that how you guys operate? Is that how the Americans go? I know you're Jamaican, but have you adopted that sort of arrogance about you guys? um, Michelle said, "Why the heck the judges have to dress up like that in the UK and Jamaica? They look ridiculous. It's so theatrical. Can we come up? Can we can we come up come on up to the time?" Well, you need to go to Africa. You need to go to some in Nigeria. Everybody's always saying all these judges dress up in wigs. And many people are talking about when will they get rid of that. Um, Michelle Clark said, "I really do not remember this case." Yeah, yeah. This has been from 3 years ago. 3 years ago, this case was this happened, and it was really heartbreaking. And but somehow, Gary, the whole thing about it is that eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. When these things happen, really, how much do you get from retributory justice?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a thing again, as well. Um, so yeah, yeah, yeah. But anyhow, the next thing also I wanted to talk about was the Sussex. I don't know if you guys have tuned in. Gary, you must have watched the
No.
and Megan.
No.
You haven't watched it?
No.
I thought you were really deep into the Sussex. Aren't you a fan of Harry and Meghan?
Listen, I think I really I know that there are people out there who think that Harry and Meghan are making a meal out of this. But
Yes.
I have a lot of respect for Harry. I have a lot of respect for Harry
Mm,
because um, Harry is only you see Harry is only trying to live a life that he no, he's trying not to live the life he experienced as a child losing his mother.
mm, mm,
And you can't wrong a person. I don't understand people at all. You can't wrong an individual trying not to repeat what he thinks is
mm.
going to happen
Yeah.
in order to save himself or to save his wife as well as his two children. So
Yes.
I have a lot of respect for him, to kind of step out of the who I don't really think
This isn't.
is
Mm,
accommodating is his father. I don't think his father is accommodating seeing that it
Yeah.
was his wife, even though they were divorced, and the mother of the children, um, he doesn't want to seem to accommodate his son. Now
Yeah.
I know that there are there are those who are saying, well, asking the question, is Harry really his son? I know that
I
there's
mean, it's an open secret from long time. People keep saying James Hewitt,
right.
but yeah,
So
go ahead.
now it may be where he is trying to get his own back because he favors by what he's doing.
Mm.
He favors William. You can see that he's favoring William. Now a good
When
parent,
is the who's favoring William? I don't understand.
his father, the
Oh, yeah.
father.
Okay, yes, yeah. I mean, because I mean, and I think naturally
Whether
because
yeah, whether no, but whether
mm,
it's his son or not, whether it's the heir to the throne or not,
yeah,
William and Harry are his sons. And I
yeah,
believe that as a father, you're not going to show favoritism to one over the other.
yeah,
And even though, look at this, I think Harry has done well. You know why I say that? I
yeah,
say that because when Harry was growing up
mm,
with William, Harry was always in the media, it would seem, for the wrong reasons.
yes,
Right? He has grown and matured now. People must look at the individual now for who he is, or
yeah,
for what, or for
yeah,
who they are. Harry has grown. He's taken on responsibility. He's taken
mm,
on a wife. He wants to settle down now. You know, forget the past. Everybody has done whatever they do, or
yeah,
whatever they may have done. But he's trying now, to look after his wife and his children and create a stable environment.
mm,
Uh, King Charles should look at that. He's
yeah,
Harry's trying to create a more stable family than Charles ever did.
mm,
Because when Diane was around, right, King Charles, she said that there's three in the relationship. So
that
so Diane knew that her husband at the time
was
was not being as cooperative within the marriage or
or
strict
honest,
in
or
the
honest,
marriage as Harry. And Harry is trying his best. He doesn't
mm,
want his family to go the way he saw his parents go.
yeah.
But
I think when you watch it, and I'll encourage persons to watch it in order to even comment very effectively on it. That first one, let me just play this small little clip here if I can.
Just about our story. This has always been so much bigger than this.
This does not represent what London stands for.
Control of this country.
No one knows the full truth. We know the full truth. The institution knows the full truth, and the media know the full truth because they've been in on it. And I think anybody else in my situation would have done exactly the same thing.
Someone said, and let's bring in the comments here. Wasn't it a rumor that Harry isn't really his son? Okay, that's Michelle alluding to that bit there. Harry just want to be normal. Someone on Facebook, I don't know who's saying, William is under Catherine's thumb, and that came right out of Jamaica. Who is Catherine? Is it who's
Just the one
Catherine?
that
Who's
Williams.
Huh? Okay, William. Oh, Will. Okay. Oh, Kate. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. But anyway, I watched the film. I watched the film, and it was very interesting. I must say, it. Ari was just opening up, and it's like it was his opportunity. I don't know. Maybe you talk about he had mental health issues, really, and many people always think mental health is something that you have to go crazy. But I think he was actually affected a lot by his mother's death. He was affected a lot by what he saw his mother went through, and then he said something. He said something very poignant, and this is what he said. Every time he has a new girl, he saw the paparazzi was really after them And each time, and he started to recognize and say, hang on a second, is this going to happen to me like what happened to his mother? So he started to protect. And then finally, when he met Megan and he said, this is the one, he just went all out. The only thing that many people are saying, I'm not saying it, many people are saying is that they wanted to have a quiet life. Why are they going so public if they want to have a quiet America? But anyone has a right to speak out, and I enjoyed that bit. I mean, the next three episodes could be very earth shattering for Prince Charles. You know, as who was the person that said, "Will the baby be black or white?" You know.
I mean, again, people viewing Harry. Um, look how many families are broken up. Yeah,
Mm,
look how many families in this in society you are having to deal with them. Still
yeah.
at times, when the father walks out of the home, then it's either the son or the daughter. They go ballistic.
Hmm.
Yeah. Now, why can't that happen? Why can't that happen to Harry? I'm not saying that it should, but what I'm saying is that it would seem as if the whole country doesn't expect that to
Gary,
happen or
they're
anything
Gary,
in relation.
they're royals. Even before
Doesn't
anything,
yeah,
before
yeah.
anything can happen, the Queen had to authorize these things, or the King now have to
No. Listen,
authorize these things.
no, no,
Now I'm just
no.
telling you what it was. I'm just telling you what it was.
It doesn't matter. What I'm saying is that they're
Yeah,
human beings. Whether they're
yeah,
royals, whether they're the most powerful men in the world or powerful children in the world or part of a cult, such as whether it be the Bilderbergs or the Illuminati or whatever, whatever you want to call it. They're human
mm,
beings. There is a particular reaction when these things happen. Yes, Harry saw what happened to his mother.
yes,
He was one of the individuals, as far as a son was concerned, in walking behind the coffin of his mother.
yes,
Yeah,
mm,
the mother running from paparazzi, the mother trying to piece her life together, whatever was left of it from the royals. And let me say, right, Harry knows the truth. The truth.
what's that truth? Truth about what?
Harry knows the truth of what's
What?
happening behind the truth of what the truth um of what happened
Mm.
in the family, within the firm. Isn't that what they call it, the firm
Or the institution?
or the institution? So
Hmm.
so so you see, they're only trying to, I think, to frighten Harry.
Who's trying to frighten Harry? By the way, nobody. Actually, when you think about it, nobody's talking. You know, it's only Harry and Meghan talking. Who's talking?
No. What I'm saying, listen, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter who's talking. It doesn't
yeah,
matter who's talking because
mm,
the um the um the royal family, they're not saying anything.
yeah,
Uttered one word as far as BBC, and that's what I hate about these things. Really, that's what I hate about it. BBC and ITV, they're going by a script. A lot of these news media outlets are going by a script. That's what
yeah.
they're going by, right? And they cannot talk outside of what is being given to them, right? Now
Gary,
when you listen,
go on,
hold
keep talking there.
on. When
Keep
when
talking, keep
when
talking there.
I listen, huh?
No, I'm not
When
saying anything.
Okay, when I sat and I've listened to somebody like Nicholas Witchell from the BBC, and there's another guy from ITV, when they sat where they sat, right, in the studios, and begins to speak and to say things as if to say, well, Harry should keep his mouth shut, and it's whatever happens, more or less, it's their fault, and Harry is saying too much. Now the thing about it, They have to say that. They have to say it because a lot of because if they don't say what the truth of the matter is, and I believe I'm not saying I know the truth, but Harry knows. Harry left that family with he's got to provide his own security. He hasn't got any money. They're not paying him anymore. Whatever monies he used to receive from the royal family, that's being cut. It's as if he
His
he now
mother, his mother left him with a lot of money. Remember?
okay his mom. But what I'm
Mm.
saying, the royal family has cut
Yeah.
him off, right? And
Mm.
from the very moment he got married to Meghan, right? Trouble brewed. Everybody sees that. Everybody knows that. If Harry married a pure white woman, would you think that Harry would receive this attention? No, he wouldn't. No, he
Mm.
would not. And he left the United Kingdom to go to the United States to get away as far as to make his wife feel comfortable because she felt uncomfortable. You see, a man does not protect his family by doing something unless there is something necessary to be done.
Mm.
Because Meghan, I believe, would have stayed in the United Kingdom if she felt welcome. And
Mm.
listen, man. I mean, there's some things. There's there's some things. Sil,
Mm.
that for us to say things, people always say, "Oh, it's racism. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that." Well, it is that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we always try to steer away from it because of the we will be classed as racist. We are the ones that see it as racist.
Mm.
When in actual fact, Silborn, you know,
Mm.
um, Harry has had to move his wife and his children outside of the United Kingdom because of what he was facing, not only in society but from his own family. From his own family, even before the baby was born, the
Yeah.
question was asked: "Oh,
Yeah.
is it what color is it going to be?"
Well, one of the things with all those statements, it's really good if faces could be put to these words and persons who say these things. I go back to the point that the more that they speak, I believe the more they're going to be attacked in a sense by the media, especially the Brits, because actually they are coming up against the institution. There's a school of thought is that Meghan, um, nice lady, but her family, she has sort of broken up with her family, so she stands alone, whereby it's only her mother that is in her corner, and therefore it seems like she's Harry's coming down along that route where she is influencing Harry in a way to cut against his family. So many people are seeing her as the influential factor, just like how um, someone just said a while ago, Catherine has control over William. I don't see that. But anyway, as a matter of fact, I don't even see anything. I don't know. These guys are okay. As a matter of fact, you know, someone was saying today that these guys have nothing to worry about, really. I was just reading a while ago how much money Ari's making is in the nine figures, and so like that. So these guys are okay. They're not worried about the heating or the petrol or so when things are going. They, when they turn it on, they're not like you and me. Who, when you turn on the heating, this is what you're hearing. If people turn on the heating and they hear this, this is what they hear.
Yeah.
They're not worried about that. You know, you know, they're not worried about those things, Gary. They're very comfortable. They're in their lovely place in California or so like that, and they're royals. They will always be. You will always be the son of a king, and the children will always be. Their grandfather will always be the king, and Meghan will always be the daughter-in-law of the king, the royal family. The Brits don't like Meghan. I would say I would agree that the Brits, Noreen Hunt is saying the Brits don't like Meghan. I would say that. And I wouldn't say just because of the color of her skin. I think it's just like they don't like when people come and rock the boat with the royals.
Well,
You know.
I think,
That-
you know, you see, well, I don't know.
mm,
Can I mention something in relation to? Well, it's not really related to this, but it's something that is
mm,
alongside this, as far in my head. Now,
yeah.
many of you listen to Facebook, yeah. I'm sure they're on. I'm sure they
Mm,
got
mm,
Facebook accounts, right? Now, if some of you, if they could go into Facebook and look at the Mirror Football, look at it's a group that I think supports Liverpool, yeah. And
mm,
there's an article. I'm sure you heard it on TV. I think was it on television, or I think, or it was on the
yeah.
news, or it's been on Facebook anyway, regarding
Yeah.
John Barnes. Yeah,
John Barnes.
John Barnes is, again, he's going to be bankrupt. Okay, he's put off
Is
bankruptcy
that what they're
a
saying?
few times. Yes, yes, yes. Now listen to this.
Mm.
I put a little piece.
You commented.
And it's interesting. It's interesting because I commented a bit on what was said about John Barnes facing bankruptcy as Liverpool
Mm,
hero is issued petition for the seventh time. Yeah. Now,
yeah.
I commented on this, and I just put a little thing in it because I think that John Barnes is the most intelligent football of past and present
Yeah.
footballer I've ever listened to. And the one and two times or the three times that he's been on TV to address the
Certain things. Yeah.
on
Yeah.
racism, right? He does it so fluently and so
Mm,
intelligible that they can't refute him. They
mm,
can't, and you don't see him on the TVs commenting or doing football commentating or whatever at times, right? But
mm.
anyway, I won't bother to read it, but it'd be good if some of your listeners could go on.
I mean, I have it right here now.
Have you
John
got it?
Barnes faced bankruptcy
Okay,
as Liverpool legend issued petition for seventh
right.
time.
Do you see?
John.
Have you seen my comment?
Oh. There are some comments. Oh
Uh,
no, I'm
There's a
just looking at.
comment on
I'm looking
Facebook.
directly at the article. Oh
Okay,
yes, I see you. I see you. Some of
right.
us talk. What he said. Some of us talk as if we are squeaky clean and perfect.
We all
The
go
Rev
ahead.
speaks. Huh? We also
Read it.
forget about the other celebrities that have also gone the way John Barnes has gone. Leave him alone. We need more people like him to tell the news makers why racism is in sport, football, in society. He's one of the most intelligent footballers I've ever known, and he's one of the least used footballers used to commentate on football. He's too controversial for these people because he calls a spade a spade. They can't control him, so what do? Try to destroy him and shut him up. We don't know how or why he got into this situation. It is happening every day, worse now. It shouldn't happen, but it does. At least he's trying and fighting to stay afloat. All the best, JB. Work the land. If you it bleeds island, and people are commenting. You got about 5 to 5 comments on underneath that.
And people are commenting now. They're telling me I'm a cretin.
You know what?
If you read
What they
further
say? You know
down,
what?
I'm a cretin. I'm
Yes, sir, I agree. He's
a
talking about
cretin.
racism. Unfortunately, he hasn't managed his money. What's that got to do with the color of his skin?
But
What a
the thing,
load, Gary Graham. What a load of waffle. Oh
no,
my lord, racism really are unconscious bias is awful.
still going, hold on a bit. No, but the point I want to bring out here,
Yes.
the point I want to bring out with this, and it'd be good if your people can read all of that, is that these people, the only thing that they see about that is racism. In as much as what I have written there, right? I just pinpointed that John Barnes addresses racism, but I'm not addressing racism. I'm
Yeah.
I'm addressing his position of being bankrupt. We ought to support him, and I'm wishing him all the best because at least he's fighting his corner. That's why I said
Mm.
at the end. That's why I said at the end of my little piece there, I said that all the best, John Barnes, work the system if you have to. I said
Yes.
the system bled the islands and the territories dry. The
Mm.
system needs to be taken to task. So if the system is there, I'm just saying work the system. It's nothing to do about racism. I'm saying support John Barnes. But you see, all some of these
Yes.
people
Yes.
ever look at is, oh, racism. He's raised the flag of racism. So therefore,
Yeah.
all he's talking about is
So what they
and
say. So what they're saying is that you have drawn on the red card. You're drawn on the race card. That's what
that's
I'm picking up from. Yeah.
yes, that's the only thing, and that's not the point. Racism is
Mm.
not the point. You see, we're living in a society, we're living in a country, right? That's all they see. It's ingrained in their minds. They're
Mm.
not seeing anything about what I am saying is that to support John Barnes. They don't think I'm saying that he needs the help. Not so much the bankruptcy. Everybody's gone through bankruptcy to some extent. I mean, well, probably not you or me or whoever, but what I'm saying
Yeah.
is that bankruptcies happen every
Mm.
day. Everybody goes through, and even the most
Mm.
successful businessman, like what's his name, the Virgin guy, Richard Branson, he was bankrupt. He's made himself bankrupt. Does that mean that
Yeah.
he hasn't made it? No, no. So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
so it's the same thing with John Barnes. They Some of them there, all they can talk about as far as John Barnes is concerned is that more or less he's no good. He's put himself in that position.
With his money.
There's no mercy, no nothing. And that is the um that is
I guess what you're saying. Yeah. I guess what you're trying to say. That's the essence of certain things, whereby they grab the racism factor and miss out on the bigger picture.
yes, yes,
And just like with, because I'm looking at some of the comments here. Sir, calling a spade is racial, is it not? Should have looked after this money is most. Yeah, I'm just looking at these comments. Only a racist if you want it to
yeah,
be. Gary Graham, what has racism got to do with going bankrupt? I'm looking at your comments again. What you're actually just saying is that, and fairly, what you're actually saying is that this happens a lot.
it
And
does.
what you're saying is Johnny Barnes is a good guy in the sense that he speaks up on issues like racism. So
Exactly. That's all I'm saying.
yes, yeah, yeah. So
That's
you weren't
all.
actually you weren't saying it's because he's black. That's why he's bankrupt or something like
No,
that.
no,
Yeah, yeah.
no. But you see, the thing about it is that,
Mm,
and it may sound as if I'm making a sweeping statement, but I'm not.
mm,
But then probably some may say there are some Caucasian people will never understand where you, I, and other black people
mm,
are coming from. They'll
yeah.
never know what it is. They'll never have a clue of what we
Mm,
carry.
yeah.
And
You're right, because he who feels it knows it. That's a key thing. He who feels it knows it. That's a key thing, Gary. He who feels it knows it. And it's unfortunate that Johnny Barnes is not given some key commentary job like Gary Lineker.
exactly,
There's always Ian Wright. There's always you
exactly,
know those
exactly.
guys.
So,
And he's
so,
yeah.
so therefore, Sil, I'm saying here, and to bring Harry back into it, Harry is understanding what Meghan, as a black woman or a woman of color, what
He's going
she's
through.
having to go through. And what he's trying to do is take her out, take the children out of that. Because
Yeah.
I'm not saying America is also the best place to be. I'm not saying
Mm,
that. But she
yeah.
feels comfortable home. And the
Yeah.
children, they will feel comfortable where
Yeah.
the mother
Yeah.
feels comfortable.
Well,
Um,
at the end of the day, Gary, I mean, and you're right. And a man has got to be a man and do what he's got to do for his family. And Harry's leading from the front. Tough. Who don't like it, bite it. Simple as that.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
let him send us some of the money though. At the same time, we stop talking about him now. Then all right. Let's talk about Jamaica and why Andrew Holness is giving over Jamaica to the FBI. I don't know if you have seen. I don't know. I don't know if you have seen that. That's what the comments are actually saying in Jamaica. That the Prime Minister of Jamaica has gone to the United States of America to somehow. I got the picture here. There's a picture there. PM takes aim at Jamaicans directing crime from the US. Now put it in proper perspective, and there it is, ladies and gentlemen. The Prime Minister of Jamaica takes aim at Jamaicans directing crime from the US. But if I read the article properly, what it's saying is that Jamaicans in the diaspora will get a chance to interact with the Prime Minister Andrew Holness. That's when he goes to the States during the monthly series Let's Connect, hosted by Jamaica's ambassador to the United States, Algernon Mark. Said he's scheduled to appear on program. I don't want to read out those bits there. While he's scheduled to meet with State Department officials to discuss enhanced security cooperation with the US. See, sometimes I read these articles, it's just profile. It's not giving you the real juice of what the whole issue is. The whole thing about it is that they're saying crime is out of control in Jamaica, and it is coming from all different sectors. That's what that issue is, Gary. Crime is coming from all different sectors, and whereby the government of Jamaica now have to use state of emergency, and the state of emergency is what is being used to somehow um, deal with the crime, and a lot of it is being directed, is what they're saying, directed from overseas. Gary, are you directing crime from overseas? Is it Holy Ghost crime you're directing, or what? Are you sending up prayers to Jamaica? That's what Jamaica needs, some serious prize.
You see, again, Sil, and I've said this again probably on
Mm,
another show that you had some time back. There's always been crime in Jamaica. Always been
yes.
crime in Jamaica, and I think everybody who
Mm,
knows Jamaica knows that. The problem is that social media has only highlighted it even more now.
do you think so? Do you think so? I'm hearing from people say it's really gone bad in a Gary.
No, no. I mean, listen, listen.
I, I, I,
Listen,
I,
I know. Listen, no. I don't think we need to help
mm,
to hype up the crime in Jamaica. I don't think
yeah,
we need to help that. I know that things have been bad
yeah,
there. You know that things have been bad there. Yeah, we grew up there. We went to school
yeah.
there, and things happened even in and around the
Mm.
very areas that we a little town called Ochi, and me down in the big city of Kingston, right? And we know that.
You're down in the big.
I'm in, I'm in the
Where you say?
I'm in the big city of Kingston, and you're in the little place of Ochi. But the point is,
Don't no songs. No, listen to the song.
but
Down on
yeah,
North Coast, down on Ochi. Go on, yeah.
the point is still is that anything happens in and around Kingston or in and
Mm,
around Jamaica, all of them have a little thing called this that look like this, right? Everybody have a phone, and
yes,
and everybody have, and there's some people who have two, three phone, right?
yes.
Now having this and something go off, because look at this, right? I know Maxwell Avenue. I know about Rima and
Mm,
Jungle. I know Denham Town. I know Tivoli.
yes,
Yes. I know along Spanish Town Road and Maligned Road and top end of Red Hills Road when things were bad.
yeah.
Down Grand Spen. Right? And there was always some activity going on down there. You
Mm,
remember, I don't know if any of you guys out there know back in the 80s, middle eight no, not 80s, late 70s when Massop and all of them crime,
Claudio
yeah,
Massop.
when all them crime lords were gunned down and all of that.
Mm,
Listen, what wasn't it bad then? But did we have these? No, we never. We didn't. So the whole world doesn't know about Massop and all the other guys that got killed down in Denham Town and then down in Rima
yes.
and in Jungle
Mm,
and Maxfield Avenue and Malines Road. They never know nothing like that. So things happen. Things have happened. I know that. It's quite clear. I'm not denying that things have happened. But because of this and
Yeah.
social media, TikTok and Facebook and Instagram and all of these and Twitter, it's shot through the roof, stillborn. So I'm not saying
It's everything has come together a certain way.
it's just come together. Now,
So go on. Keep talking. Sorry.
no, go on.
Now, the other thing also is that I think one of the things that the prime minister is doing is countering overseas dons directing crime, and I think it was said recently that there's about 300 key individuals or so which they are targeting. Um, you see, I leave the island today to head to Washington for other things to start the process of getting a more intense cooperation in treating with the foreign actors in our local crimes, those dons who have migrated overseas. Holness said during a morning news conference at which he announced the SOEs. He said that during the coming Christmas season, these gangsters will be sending goods such as bags of rice to Jamaica. However, guns and ammunition will be wrapped in blankets and placed in these bags. They can't feel that they are free to influence, direct, solicit, and finance crime in Jamaica. So I head to Washington to have a meeting with the Justice Department, the FBI, and other entities there because I'm serious, Holness said. If you're overseas, and I'm repeating the Prime Minister, if you're overseas and your sponsorship is directing, soliciting, and financing crime in Jamaica, we are going to get you. He added, repeated a warning he first issued at the 79th annual general conference of his ruling Jamaica party last month. So that's the message that the prime minister is actually saying. You know,
I remember.
um,
I remember. I mean, politics has
mm,
always been a major influence with the guns and the violence, right?
yeah,
PNP as well as JLP. And the point again is that I remember in the late 70s
yeah,
when the army come out on the streets of Jamaica. So then
mm.
the violence was
Well, Michelle, well, well,
was
well,
high
well,
then.
well, you know, Michelle, well, Michelle said I left Jamaica at 7 and go back often, and my little country wasn't so bad. Rev, it's really bad now. Listen, this is what my mother is even saying, Gary. She said, same. When I go to Jamaica sometimes, for holidays in the past, and I'm out, with my friends am late, my mother would call me, and said, Seymour, Jamaica, I know the same as how it was.
No,
That's what she used to say
I'm
to
not.
me.
I don't want to lessen that.
Yeah,
No, I'm not lessening the how violence has not increased. Violence has increased.
yeah.
It has. But the thing
Mm.
about it is that um, this doesn't help. These things don't help because as
But
soon
Gary,
as
yeah,
things happen,
yeah.
right? As soon as it happens, it crosses the world. It's out there. I mean, so
So what is?
go
Yeah,
on.
go on. No, no. No, so we're saying I stay at the hotel and prayers. It hurts my heart. That's what someone says. Jacqueline Flick say right here. The only thing before we wrap up, the only thing I'm just disappointed with is that both the PNP and the JLP are not in harmony when it come on to the strategies regarding crime back home, because I think the PNP have issues regarding the SOE and the infringement of the rights of people to move around. I believe even Sentan recently is now under the state of emergency. It would be good, and I do not know if the prime minister have the blessings of the opposition leader and the opposition party in going to America to
But what?
engage with the FBI.
But why is he going
Mm.
to the states? I mean, why? 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 I mean, they should just make Jamaica then a 52nd state
53rd.
or a
Is it
53rd.
53rd?
Make
Yeah.
Jamaica a 53rd state because I tell you what. Listen, I don't know if we can. I I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering, and forgive me, listeners, if I sound a bit um unhinged. On-
I mean, it sound like a wanderer.
but the thing about it, right? Look what's happened in Haiti. Look what has happened in Haiti,
Yeah.
right? Now,
Mm.
now, is that what they want to happen in Jamaica? Because there are some people who wouldn't mind Jamaica, who would not mind America coming in, but there are some Jamaicans
Yeah.
there that don't want nobody coming in, and that will be another battle down there, and that is exactly
But
what
I
happened
say,
in Haiti,
yeah.
right?
Well, I say many years ago, there was lots of infiltration by the CIA and destabilizing
Well,
Jamaica
they're
politically,
still
and
there.
yeah.
Still there. I
Mm.
believe that they're
Mm.
still there, and it's
Yeah.
not going to get any better. And I don't know. Again, we'll never know if Andrew had any meeting with the leader of opposition or other political parties in Jamaica to tell them what
Mm.
he was doing and what they think. Probably he has, but we
Yeah.
can't say whether he
Mm.
has or he hasn't. But
Yeah.
but
I Yeah, and you're right about that because sometimes we don't know. We can only unless you're there in the room and understand because sometimes the leaders they're sensitive or privy rather to information that we don't and we can only speculate. But from the look of it, I don't think it's a good look in a way. But I can understand if the government is going to the US because they realize and recognize based on their intelligence that there are people, elements in the US who are sending guns down. So therefore, they need to have that cooperation in order to stop it from the customs or from the wharves or whatever. So that makes sense. That doesn't mean to say that they're taking the ball, and I don't believe they're taking the ball off the crime in Jamaica, as many people allude to, because the crime plan in Jamaica, I think, is the police and the soldiers. And in a way, if I was going to set up a crime plan as well, I'm not going to set up that crime plan and letting everybody know what my crime plan is. As Trump always said, what about the element of surprise? You can't tell everybody what your crime plan is. And I think when you use the word crime plan, which I've been looking, it becoming a bit very political term. So therefore, I think the best term is to say, what is the strategy of the government in concert with the opposition in trying to make a better Jamaica in somewhat trying to curtail this crime. But they need to work together unless one have dirt on each other. We have dirt on you, know. We have dirt on you.
I mean, politics
Yeah.
is a dirty game, really.
Yeah.
Very.
I see Michelle say this point. I think you need to fight the crime within and stop going outside by bringing in the USA. But if they have intelligence, Gary, if they have intelligence that these things are coming in from the USA, then they've got to do something about it.
But Silbon,
Yeah.
we know we well when I say we,
You know,
it's not that
you
we know.
you have intelligence, Holy
Well, yeah,
Ghost killer.
man, we have
Tell it.
Holy Ghost intelligence. But the point I want to bring across here is that everybody knows
Mm.
that the US knows exactly what's happening. They
Yes.
don't have to go. Listen, the, these governmental officials in Jamaica, right? They don't have to go to. They don't have to go to America to know what is
Yeah.
happening. Them know.
Well, yeah.
They know.
Well, yeah. Well, somebody said they have FBI representative in Jamaica. Yeah, they could have hang on, Gary. They could have virtual meeting like how the judge and this lady here. Everything online now. You don't have to
You
travel
don't have
down
to go in.
there. Actually, think about it, It's a joking thing. It's a joker smoker thing. You don't really have to go nowhere these days. Save the backside money and let the people have the conversation straight from your bedroom. Yeah, straight from number 10. Straight from just like with COVID.
Because
Operate like in COVID is going on.
Silbon,
Yeah.
how can look at it like this now and look at it over a couple of years, over a number of years.
Yeah.
How can individuals leave an island like Jamaica that perpetrates crime or they're bringing in drugs or killing or whatever or guns, right? How can an individual leave out of two and end up in America and them don't know? It's virtually impossible. The guy has to have some connection within the governmental areas in order to do what they do. Because it's not just one gun and such come down over the years, you know. It's guns.
Links. They say links.
You see,
Michelle said even doctors' appointments are virtual. Everything virtual now. You know. So it's a joker smoker thing. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for coming on tonight. And thanks for the comments, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, Michelle D, and everyone as well. Gary, listen, we will talk.
yeah, I let me just hail up Deanne and Michelle,
Yes.
my two friends that I have, the only two friends I have.
at least it is secure. It is secure, and it is hemmed. It's hemmed around by the Holy Ghost. I know Michelle will say Holy Ghost are him around. Michelle might rebuke you.
Yeah.
Well, guys, listen. Saturday night, talk and sip, and Sunday night, I don't know if then I guess I'm trying to get Durban Malcolm, and so like as well, and as well. As a matter of fact, I'm actually getting my ex gym trainer, to come on and do a show one night to talk about the virtual world, because you know what, guy, you know what is happening? This virtual world that we're in, everybody's sitting down and they're not going out. So they get up from the bedroom, they go into the kitchen, and they go into their office. And sometimes they don't go out and they getting fat. So he does a lot of virtual exercise as well. So that is something we're going to talk about, but in next year, and all these different things. Yeah. So peace out, guys. God bless you, everyone. Yeah.